Come on, dance. 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 Bop, 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 dab. Bop, 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 dab. Bop, 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 dab. Bop, 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 dab. L to the O to the L to this party up. Bop, 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 dab. Bop, 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 dab.
All right, welcome to the Anibros. As usual, we're the bros, broing to you live and on location today.
It's not live.
Well, it is on location, and I've always wanted to say that it's live in hopes that maybe one day it'll be true.
Maybe if we get a time machine, we can do something live.
Do we need a time machine for it to be live? Is that the...
No, I'm just saying we could record it, and then like Jack could, jazz it up a little bit with his editing, and then we go back in time and play it as we're recording it, and then it would be live.
Oh, yeah.
That's true, okay. So
I'm just, for all those Back to the Future fans.
now who's to say that hasn't happened?
Give him the fourth dimensional slip.
What if we're doing that right now?
Oh, well, if that's the case, then, enjoy this live.
This live episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
November 14th, 2015, that's when this is coming out to you.
I'm holding up a newspaper, so you'll just have to really trust that I am.
Yeah, for all of those who are watching our live feed, you can see his newspaper that he's holding up to verify the date.
I'm pointing at it, and looks like this is an old newspaper, so you're just going to have to double trust me.
Alrighty, well, lads, I was watching some anime, and I was just wondering if you maybe wanted to hear about it.
I 100% do.
I do.
Okay. Well, let's start off with our first critter. As always, I started watching the anime alphabetical order.
Sure.
And so we'll start off with Bravebitos, or Brave Beats, as I believe it is in
that's
English.
that's what it translates to?
Yeah.
All right.
So we open on the planet Dance, as our robot, Braken, is challenging the king of dance to a dance-off.
Now, hold on.
Wait.
I just want to pause you real
Hold
fast.
on.
Are we supposed to guess anything, or are you just going to tell us the plot and that's all?
No, I'm just giving it to you straight up.
Okay.
All right. I also have a question. So
Yeah.
The planet is named Dance.
Look, I didn't get the name of the planet, but yeah, its name is Dance.
Okay.
Sure.
Where was I?
On the planet Dance, there's a robot named Braken.
Yeah, and he challenged the king of dance to a dance-off to prove once and for all who was the greatest dancerian. Now, after going into hyper dance mode, the king, he was still unimpressed with the dance that Braken was, dancing to. He took all of Braken's dance stones, and he scattered them across the planet Earth, which, as you know, is the holy land of dance.
Now, in what proximity is Earth to dance?
It must be pretty close, because...
He's able to just toss those stones right over here?
Yeah.
All right. Is he the king of the entire planet Dance, or a province, or...
It seemed like he was king of dance. I think that was his title.
Okay.
So Braken is sent down to Earth, and he needs to recover all of his dance stones.
Sure.
Now we cut away to who's going to probably be our main character, Tojo, as he awakens for school. And Tojo, he's kind of a lazy schmuck who has a hard time getting up. His mother has, a large bosom, so that's something to look at. And his best friend likes to run.
Okay.
So now that we got the backstory, after running away from this pink alligator, Braken, he runs into Tojo and asks him, will you help me find all of my dance stones? And then eventually Tojo takes Braken back to his place and blah, blah, blah. So Tojo's friend, the one who likes to run, he finds a dance stone. And with it, he wishes to be fast. And so he starts moonwalking around the school track so fast that it starts whipping up this tornado.
Well, how does he think that he can just get a wish granted by this stone?
He was kind of
he finds a glowing rock and he's like, oh, magic.
And off to the side, he's like, well, I'll just put that in my pocket. And he also thought to himself, you know what, I wish I had a wish. And if I did have a wish, this is what my wish would be.
Oh, sure.
And then he didn't realize that wish would be fulfilled by the dance stone.
Okay. It was all coincidence then. I get it.
Yeah. So he's doing his moonwalk, and then Tojo and Braken, they combine into an ultimate kind of dance form.
Oh, sure.
And they counteract the tornado of Tojo's fast moonwalking by doing their own dance that kind of counter jives with it and anti-spirals. I don't mean to get too technical on you, but they dance their way into this problem and they dance their way out of it. I guess dance solved the problem.
Moral of the story.
Okay.
And so after this, Braken is able to recover his very first dance stone. Will Tojo be able to keep his dancing alter ego a secret? Will Braken be able to fix all of his problems with dancing? Will the love interest find a dancing rabbit to combine with?
Wait, who's the love interest?
Dance. She's this girl who they kind of argue with, and she kind of secretly likes somebody. Anywho, find out on the next episode of Brave Abitos.
Wow.
All right.
So it's basically Dragon Ball Z combined with like Aikatsu or something.
I don't know what Aikatsu is.
Now,
but
when they're dancing, is there a musical track playing? Or I like to
there's always
imagine that
some
they're not.
music.
There's no music, and they're just dancing to
Where
silence.
does the music come from? The robot?
Well, the speakers that I'm listening to.
Oh,
It's like in Rocky, there's a montage and they start exercising to some music. Yeah, it'd be awkward if you were there and there wasn't any music, but there is, so it's it's cool.
so for us, the viewers, there is music, but
Yeah.
we can assume that at the track when he's moonwalking, he's just moonwalking. There's no music. He's just like,
Oh
look at
yeah,
this.
I imagine it was terrifying to see this tornado break out at the track.
Okay.
And how big is this track and how big is this tornado? Like, is it, like a mile, a quarter mile round or whatever?
Well, yeah, because I was thinking, I don't know if tracks in Japan are quarter miles.
That's true.
What would they be, like half kilometers? 1 kilometer?
Half a kilometer, or maybe a quarter of a kilometer. I don't know. Some fraction of a kilometer.
I mean, these kids are in elementary school-ish kind of age, so I
That
don't
was
know.
my next question. How old are these
So,
kids?
anywho, just tell me, what's your opinion of the show? You going to watch it? What are you thinking?
No, it sounds too unrealistic. Like, these dance stones, what, are they all over the earth? Or do they all land within this kid's, like, neighborhood?
How many dance stones are there? Did it show how many? They got to cook like 25 dance stones.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
like
a lot.
30
So
or something.
quite a few. Not like 7 Dragon Balls, but like...
No, if enough that, every episode or two you probably collect in one.
How's this elementary school kid gonna find them all?
Well, he already found one.
Yeah, he's on a good start.
Well, I mean, he didn't find it, his friend did, but, kids just kind of pick it up. The love interest, she's probably going to help him find the dance stones, too.
Okay.
There's some kind of rabbit that helps. Also, that pink alligator, that was never explained. It just kind of showed up.
This is ridiculous.
I'd put it on if I was, going to watch something at the gym while I was working out. I'd be like, this is some good motivation.
Something to dance to.
Yeah, when I'm on the Dance Master, that's a real machine.
Is that a hard no, Jack, or is that a soft no?
It's a soft no. I do love Moonwalker.
Only because, like, if it's on at the gym before I get there and I show up and it's already on, then I'll watch it. That's probably the only chance that show has for me watching it.
All right. On to the next thing in alphabetical order. Comet Lucifer, or Comet Lucifer.
Okay. Ramito is a good word for comet.
Oh, is it? Well, no, I think Comito is comet.
Oh, comet. All right.
So we're on a kind of futuristic Earth-like planet, and there's a little boy digging away looking for gems. Mm-hmm. Not unlike, who's that guy? He liked his spirals, and he was digging, and then he gets some big robot kind of thing.
From Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann,
Simone?
Turn Toppin. That one.
That's it.
Yep. Good job.
I don't think we've ever reviewed Turn Toppin Gurren Lagann.
We haven't. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. It was like a woman, and she, as her guilty pleasure, reads Twilight. For a man, his guilty pleasure might be to watch Gurren Lagann. It's like, and then he got the big old robot, and he said, "I'm going to shoot you right in the face," and then he shot him right in the face, and it was just sweet, and it was awesome. And then that chick, the one I'm talking about, Boob McGee, come out, she got a big, yeah. That's basically the show.
That's how I explain it to all of my friends.
Yeah. The robots combine and just keep getting bigger.
That's the only way to win.
Just keep getting bigger.
Bigger robot. You know, if in Iron Giant, maybe that's how they should fight now. They're just kind of like, hey, bigger. You know, that's what I think we should do. And they're like, really? I mean, it's pretty big. Make it a little bigger. How about that?
I believe Gurren Lagann was a spin-off of the Iron Giant. Anyway,
So
what's this
where
comic
was
show?
I?
You hadn't started. He was digging away for some gems. That's it.
All right. So one falls from the sky into his hand,
While he's digging, he's looking in the wrong place.
and he kind of wakes up and like, oh yeah, this is a cool gem. So he's running home, a little montage of various people he's meeting. And he's kind of looking at the gem. It's red. So the main character, his love interest, is running away from the man her parents have betrothed her to, and he's in a nice looking car with his henchman type guy. And so they're the love interest and our main character, they're both on a scooter. All right. And in the chase, they fall into this giant pit in the middle of town. And when they're down there, all the water drains out and they find this real giant crystal. And it combines with his little crystal that he found earlier. But it turns out this is no ordinary gem, but it's like a young girl who's scantily clad. All right? There's the twist.
All right.
Did you see it coming?
So he mistook the gem for a girl?
Yeah, but I mean, it did look like a gem. I'll give you that. But when it combined,
until it didn't, and then it's all...
it combined with the other gem and turned it into a girl, like a kind of little lolly girl. But just then this military type digger thing bursts through the wall and it's like, what are these kids doing to kill them? And so it's about to kill them. But then this other mech kind of comes out of nowhere and is like fighting the big mech and it kind of saves the day.
Okay.
What secrets does the crystal girl hide? What are the military's plans? And what is a giant pit doing in the middle of a city, just waiting for young people to fall into and avoid their wedding day? Find out on the next episode of Comet Lucifer.
Now, is Lucifer in the gems?
I was going to ask that too. Like, is Lucifer involved in this show? Is it one of those satanic shows?
No.
Those devil animes?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Is the girl from the gems actually Satan?
No, she looks all right.
So, she looks all right. Wouldn't Satan be pretty tempting?
Well, no, it's the one in the middle. It's
I would
one of those
assume
white-haired lowly girls.
Yeah.
She could be Satan. I mean,
Well,
getting
probably
you to
not.
fall for an underage girl, that's pretty satanic.
Now, which one's the main character? Is it the one to the left of her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the one who was digging, digging.
Regular old brown hair, regular looking guy.
Yeah, digging away. So what do you think? You going to be watching it?
No.
Is that a hard no or a soft no?
This one's a hard no.
Oh. Well, what about you, Laban?
Um,
Did you like the henchman? I mean, he's kind of a character.
my interest lies more in the gems. I really want to know more about these gems.
Oh, yeah. They'll probably explain a little more. I mean, he was digging, so he probably knows about gems.
If this turns out to be an anime about construction life and how it is to be a digger in this universe,
kind of more
Yeah.
really technical mining type anime. Yeah.
I'd be on board. So I probably need to give it until episode 2 to find out what kind of direction this thing is going to go into. But barring that, I don't think I'll be that interested.
So you will watch episode 1, though. Like, that's for sure.
No.
Oh. That's a soft no, right?
It's about as soft as the earth is where he's digging.
Oh. I guess we'll just move along then.
Diamond is unbreakable.
Diamonds are forever, forever, forever. Get your diamonds in the crowd. I don't know Kanye West's part in that song.
I don't think... Oh, never mind.
Diamonds are forever. Kanye West, Rihanna.
Okay.
Jack, play a little bit of that when you get into edit to make sure that the people know that's a real song. All right?
Got it.
Diamonds are forever, forever, forever. Diamonds are forever, 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 forever.
And of course, pay for the rights to play it.
It's on lock.
All right. Dance with Devils.
Oh,
I'm not
boy.
sure what the Japanese version of
Can you
this
give us
is.
your best estimation of what you think the Japanese title might be?
A deviloso, a danciasos.
Yeah,
Was that just how would you say it? What do you think?
I would say that. No, you're right.
Dance-a-roo's kawaii devil.
Yeah,
Dance-a-roo.
Maybe add in a little no somewhere.
they're the kawaii danceroos. That's the way better.
Dance-a-roo, no devil.
Danceroo, no devil. Perfect.
So longtime listeners of the Anibros, anime podcasting done right, all night long, all day strong, will know that in episode 42 of the Anibros, anime podcasting done right, all night long, all day strong, we reviewed Diabolic Lovers, a show about a young girl surrounded by some spooky vampires who, while handsome, kind of gave off this rapey type vibe. Do you remember that?
I do.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
Diabolic Lovers?
I was there. I saw it with my eyes.
I seem to
Unfortunately.
I seem to remember they were on like a daybed or a fainting couch or something.
Yeah, they called her Pancake.
Yeah,
They did. I didn't remember that, but I do now.
it's funny you bring that up. Now, if you're hoping for something a little bit like that, but a little less creepy, let me introduce you to Dance with Devils. The show opens on a girl in a purple dress at some kind of occult ritual, and that isn't really explained. So I will move on, I guess.
All right, just skip it.
Then we go to our happy main character, kind of, like a scary movie and the pre-scariness. Everyone's just going around like, hey, I'm happy and, everything's great. Hopefully that news report about, creepy killer, whatever.
I think I'm picking it up where you're laying down there.
Yeah. So the happy main character, and I'm going to refer to her as Pancake. And Jack already got the reference, so yeah. So at school, Pancake is summoned to the student council, who, while handsome, give off this kind of rapey vibe, if I do say so myself. Luckily, Pancake is wearing a necklace that makes it so they cannot mesmerize her. And
Is it a
she's
whistle?
No, she was kind of like her eyes were glazing over, and they're about to like touch her, but then
And then she blew the whistle.
No. Then her necklace kind of like was bright, and then she snapped out of it and was like, "Hey, I don't know what you guys are doing here. I'm leaving."
Is it a dog whistle?
No.
Okay.
So she heads home, but when she gets home, she starts seeing some mysterious types ransacking her home, and her mother's like laying on the ground, and she's like, "Help! Help!" And so the girl, she's trying to call 110, but her phone isn't working, so she has to run off to get the police. But when she gets back, the room's completely back to normal. I mean, it's looking spotless. Yeah, I mean, imagine they had called up Laban's mom to come and clean up the place. It was that clean.
It's pretty clean.
When the police are in tow and they're pretty mad.
Yeah, they're pretty pissed off that, and like, yeah, whatever. And she, but my mom's not here. And like, yeah, whatever,
Whatever, it's Japan. They're never here.
So Pancake calls her brother, and he is this wizard in England. And he tells her, like, hey, I'm coming back to Japan next episode. Just, stay cool till then. And so Pancake, she's running to her friend's house when those people that were ransacking her home, they attack her. But the school president comes down, and he's, like, fighting with them, and they're fighting and such. And they run off. So he kind of helps her out, and he's like, hey, you can stay at my mansion.
Ooh.
And then this little dog kind of comes up, and she picks it up and pets it.
Is it because she blew the dog whistle earlier?
Where is Pancake's mother? Where is Pancake's brother? And where is her sense of fear about the school president, who is not showing very many moral sensibilities, but she's now staying in his, mansion? Find out on the next episode of Dance with Devils.
I really want to know where this dog came from.
Yeah, that was my first question. So at the end of the episode, the dog just runs up and she's like, all right.
Yeah, it was in the mansion.
I mean, to be fair, I would have that attitude. If some dog just runs up, I'd be like, all right. I don't think
Yeah,
I'd
it was just a
be
happy
mad.
dog.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to someone's house with the dog will run up to you.
Oh, it was his dog. Okay.
Yeah, it was his dog.
Yeah, I didn't know that part either.
I thought it was like after
was in the
street
mansion.
brawl.
Even if
No,
it was just
no,
a
no,
random
it's-
dog, I would still be like, all right, this dog. My dog.
So give me your 2 cents.
I like the part where her cousin is Harry Potter or whatever. That was a nice twist.
Yeah, it was a surprise. I'll give you that. Was not explained or anything. What about you, Laven? Give me your 2 cents. What did you think of it?
I felt like it was basically an ad for a whistle protection system of some kind. So I'm not going to get advertised to like some corporate pig. So I'm going to have to go with a pass on this one as well.
You know, most anime, they try to sell you Blu-rays and keychains to try to make money. This one, just little rape whistles with her face on it. Or maybe the guy's face on it. I don't know. Well, yeah, which would sell more rape whistles?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Maybe the guy's face. Maybe.
All right.
Probably.
All right. You lads want to move to the next one? You got some more things to say about Dance with Devils?
I don't think there's anything more that can be said
No,
about
let's
the show.
move on.
Gengsen Toshi Ateski, or the Asterisk War, the Academy City on the Water.
Is this Russian?
So, the what war?
The Asterisk.
I want everyone to know it's just the word asterisk.
What?
Yep.
Asterisk, like the English word for that little star symbol.
Yep, that's how you spell asterisk.
No, that's no.
It's straight up.
I don't think that's it. Obviously, you're looking at something different.
I think I'm looking at a Tasky or whatever you said.
Sometimes when you're in the zone, you're reading a lot of Japanese words, you just assume they're all Japanese, and it's hard to switch over and think, oh, what English word is this? So don't be hating, all right?
Oh, no one's hating. We're just curious. What are your thoughts?
Anywho, it's the first day of magic school.
I'm already on board.
And it's a magic school where each of the different houses of the Magic Academy, they have to like fight each other for supremacy.
It's that kind. Okay.
Yeah. So a young sir, it's his first day, and on the way to class, he comes upon a handkerchief that has fallen to the ground. So he picks it up, jumps up 3 stories into the open window that it fell from. And he's like, oh, I found your handkerchief. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And he walks in on this young maiden in a state of undress.
Ah.
And
He jumps through her window.
Yeah. And so this young tsundere type, she's pretty angry and challenges him to a duel. And so they're fighting away, and she's kind of surprised he's doing all right. And something happens, and they're kind of like a little woozy. And when they wake up, his hand is on one of her breasts. And he kind of like squeezes it and then realizes, oh, that's what that is. And very original, I know. So anywho, the duel is stopped by our Boobs McGee character. And she makes up some story about, he hasn't filled out all of his paperwork and he can't be getting into fights yet. And I was like, all right. So at school, she explains to him that the houses, I think they're Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. And every year they fight to see who's the best house. So it's revealed that the young sir, his older sister, had been attending the school, but very mysteriously has gone missing. Dun, dun, dun. And that's why he's come out there. And it also, Boobs McGee at the end, she kind of gets behind him and like hugs him, but she doesn't realize that her breasts are kind of like squeezing up against him. And she whispers something like, "It's good to finally meet you." And he's like, "What?" And she's, "Oh, nothing. Just, head off to class."
Which color is Boobs McGee? Is she
Blonde.
pink or different
She's
pink?
the blonde one, obviously.
Pink hair is who dropped her handkerchief.
Oh, the blonde one looks like the least amount of tsundere out of all those girls. So
I know, the pink one's a tsundere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not Boobs.
No, Boobs McGee is the blonde one.
Boobs McGee is not the same girl who he fell onto while...
No, Boobs
no.
McGee stopped the duel.
Oh, stop the duel. Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
Okay.
Back on track. 2 different characters. I see.
Yes, yeah. So he's going to class, and what do you know? It's the same class that our Sundre character is in.
Sure. Okay.
It also turns out she's a princess from
Mars?
Europe, I think.
Venus? The moon?
And there's something about some people trying to mess with her, and she keeps dropping her handkerchief. She keeps saying it's important to her, but she keeps dropping it, so I'm not really sure about
You're
that.
really buying that story?
What happened to the young sir's older sister? Will he be able to win the Trike Wizard Cup? And when will he see the next girl in a state of undress? Find out on the next episode of The Asterisk War.
Does he ever learn Quidditch?
Man, it's the first episode. I mean, Harry Potter didn't learn Quidditch in the first chapter, did he?
I mean, it alluded to it.
No, he was living under some stairs and getting yelled at. That's what was in the first chapter. I think he talked to a snake.
You know, in England, they have a saying for someone who lives under the stairs, and that's a quibbity quabbity Quidditch under. So it was obvious. There was a illusion right there.
There you go. So, what are your feelers telling you? What are your, if you were to grab yourself, what kind of vibrations are you getting?
So it's like magic sword fighting? They all have swords?
Some of them have swords, some have, guns.
Does it seem like he's going to get that big cool sword he's holding pretty soon? Or did he have that the whole time?
No, he had just a regular sword.
Okay.
He's probably going to find out he's the secret
Prince.
sword holder of Atashki, and, he'll have to,
He's a Siberian prince. All right.
So, what are you feeling? You thinking this is a good one? You gonna...
No.
Maybe someday, if I ever decide to watch all the Magic High School ones, I'll watch this.
Just one after the other.
Yeah.
They're similar enough. You could just act like they're season 2, season 3 of the same story. Just
We should fan sub a bunch of different shows, but make all the names the same so we can remember who's who.
Yeah.
just splice them all together.
Yeah, just choose the characters, the 4 characters with the same names, and then assign them to each character in the story.
Just be like, oh, you look a little bit different. Yeah,
Whatever.
Then just go.
Yeah.
Well, you lads ready for the last one?
Oh, the final duel.
All right. Heavy Objecto.
Oh, good.
Unfortunately, our next anime's title had to be translated the day Google Translate was down, so they just went with Heavy Object. Is that a pretty good name?
Yeah, it should be anvil or, ton of bricks, but...
I've seen a trend. I think all of them today, they've just been English titles.
Oh, really?
I think, right?
Yeah.
Just
So far, so
From Brave Beats to Dance Devils to Comet Lucifer, Heavy Object, Asterisk War.
it's true. I think they are all just English words.
do you think they've run out of Japanese titles?
I think so,
They
yeah.
may have.
And English has even less words. So
I wonder if when you say heavy object in Japanese, it doesn't sound stupid.
Well, you said it. Heavy objecto.
I seem to remember as a kid watching some cartoon, and there was a big robot and a little robot, and the big robot's name was the big guy. And that was it. And I thought it was really stupid, but you watch enough episodes and it kind of grows on you.
That's not like this at all.
No. I mean, this has a name called Heavy Object. I mean, that's similar.
Well, why don't you go ahead and tell us what this is about?
All right. Well, imagine you got your giant robots. All right. Now,
All right.
There probably was a day where, there's some guy and he was walking around on stilts. And then someone said, hey, what if we built a real big robot? And then he could pilot that. And then everyone's weapons were just kind of useless. Well, these people, they said, hey, what if we make a real big robot that's just basically a big circle with guns pointing out of it?
Okay.
And they made one of those, and it was just able to destroy everything.
So it's like the Death Star?
Yeah, but like on water.
Oh, okay.
Oh, does it float or does it walk?
Well, the first one just floated, and then later ones could like walk a little bit.
Are the robots bad? Are they the enemy?
Well, I mean, there are four nations eventually on Earth, and they all have heavy objects.
So they get to have one. Okay.
Yeah.
They're not like these like mysterious circles that they have to fight.
No.
Okay.
It kind of starts off with this. If you've ever seen the movie Lord of War, which is amazing, may I say.
It's Cage Rage at its best.
It is, actually. And it's not saying much, but it is.
I'm not saying a lot, actually, but you go, that's the difference of opinion for another day.
You just got caged. In the movie, he has a quote. He's a drug dealer. I mean, he's an arms dealer, and he's kind of very cynical. And he's like, you go into the restaurant business because people want to eat. Well, I went into the arms smuggling business to fulfill another fundamental human need. And they give you little quotes like that throughout this series. It's kind of like, humans, why must we fight? And you're just like, okay. So if you could go back to that ball with all the cannons coming out of it, that'd be good. It kind of reminds me, the Civil War battle between the ironclads, the CSS Merrimack and the USS Monitor.
I do.
Yeah, when the very first ironclads came about, they're basically able to destroy all the previous wooden ships. But then when the Union sent down their own ironclad, they weren't able to defeat one another. It kept ramming in and shooting and just balls come out. And I think these people ran into something similar where they made these big, heavy objects and they were just the next thing. And, building tanks and whatnot was kind of pointless.
Sure.
Huh.
So our main characters are in the Himalayan mountains, and they're up at their ice fortress where they got a big old heavy object up there. And we have some schmucks who are just kind of running around in the snow trying to get some food. And the rather foxy-looking young pilot, she's just kind of wandering around. It's like, hey, what are you doing? They're like, hey. And then they go to their foxy young female sergeant, I'm guessing, whoever's in charge of the base. And she's like, hey, you got to work harder. And they're like, whatever. And there's this scene where the pilot girl, she's in the cockpit. And one of the guys, he's the main character, he's like wrenching, tightening something. And then suddenly the straps, like her seatbelts, get really tight. And her breasts are kind of like pushed together and kind of like pushed out. And he's trying to help her out, but her straps are tight.
Does he take his sweet time trying to help her out? He's like, I don't know how these seatbelts work anymore.
It did seem like that was a significant part of the anime.
I mean, it was cold outside. It might have been a mechanism kind of frozen up, You never know.
So the thing is, they are in the first generation heavy objects, which were meant to be kind of all over the place. And they're not quite as good as the second generation heavy objects, which tend to be for very specific elements. And at the end of the show, another heavy object, which is specifically for snow and mountains, shows up. And it destroys their main heavy object.
Okay.
So that's it.
Oh.
That's it. That's my whole spiel.
I don't know what's going to happen in episode 2. You didn't give me a little old-timey, here's the heavy object going to explode and go to space and turn into Mars or something.
Will they ever be able to fix those seatbelts? Will her breast be feeling all right in the morning? Is she dead because her heavy object exploded and it's like 100 feet off the ground and she's clearly dead?
Did that happen?
Nah, she's probably alive, but yeah, it blows up.
All right.
So what'd you think?
Out of all the things you've said so far, I'd watch this one.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? You eyeing any of the girls in the poster?
I mean, both. Period.
It's hard to see the one in the background underneath the
Our
lamp,
silhouette's good enough. It's fine.
the street lamp.
Yeah,
Is that a street lamp or is that a tree?
probably a tree. Anywho, so Jack, you would watch this?
No, I think Laban would watch it. It sounds like it's got mechs and
If it's cool, I would give it a shot, is what I'm saying.
Oh, not the only one giving it a shot, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't.
The heavy objects, they shoot a lot because they have a lot of cannons coming out of them.
Oh.
So, and then you said give it a shot, so I was just tying those two together.
Oh.
I'll explain it to you later.
I'm surprised you didn't.
He just explained it to me now, though.
It's pretty obvious.
I now know.
So, Laven, you're thinking of giving it a shot?
I'll give it a whirl.
A whirl? Yeah. Jack, is that a soft no or a hard no?
No, I think Laven's going to give it a shot.
Yeah, but for you.
No, I'm not really interested.
Well, I mean, aren't you interested in looking at pretty girls?
Well, I guess I am interested in that. The character design does look not bad. At first, I thought it was by the people who did, like, Fate Zero or whatever, because of that blonde-haired girl.
I
Oh,
like the blonde-haired girl.
Yeah?
I like her face.
oh, you like the blonde-haired girl, huh?
She's pretty symmetrical looking. It's nice.
Oh, you like the old symmetry, huh?
I'm a fan.
You know, there was this computer program which looks at their faces' symmetry, and based on that, they found a high correlation between that and attractiveness.
You know, if it's too perfectly symmetrical, though, in real life, it looks creepy and weird.
I don't think so.
That's just basic math, though.
It probably looks fine.
No, I mean, attractive in symmetry.
Yeah. You know, you don't want people looking like Jack. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You
sick
know?
burn.
Boom.
Hey, I got a face for radio.
Speaking of radio, Anibros. All day long, all day
Night strong.
wrong.
Anime podcasting done right. You can subscribe to us on RSS and Facebook us on Twitter. We've got
You can Facebook us on Twitter. That's good.
if you want to jackal us on Snapchat, send QR code 117 to the Anibros at google.com.
Yeah.
That's it.
Care of P-Rizzler.
He's our social media expert.
Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652. You can help us take a bite at a crime. I don't know.
I'm glad that's in there. No fooling.
Well, did you two lads? I mean, you probably watched a few animes. You got anything you'd like to add? I mean, this is episode 99. You know, you got any big plans for? I mean, we're almost there. You know, we're almost ready to end the whole shebang. So we just got one more episode to go.
Until our contract is up. And we're going to have to renegotiate
Let me tell you.
with Anibros Media.
Hopefully it's not too much of a delay between this and episode 100, because we got big plans for episode 100.
Yeah.
Well, the very fact that the things we have to do for episode 100 might take us to new heights, new locations. It might take a while to assemble all the pieces.
I mean, imagine the new 007 movie, how many places they had to go to, but double that.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have, you know, maybe we're recording in Morocco as we speak. We're sending out correspondence there.
I think Willis is on the ground in Morocco right now doing some groundwork.
Spaghetti Western Willis or Wild Wild Willis? Who are we talking about here?
Both.
He's really laying the groundwork. We gave him a stack of papers
Yeah.
with instructions.
Where did you send Mad Mike off to?
The Czech Republic.
What about Mr. Gentleman? Where's he headed?
Machu Picchu.
How about Nate Dogg? Where are you thinking of putting him?
We actually didn't give Nate Dogg an assignment because of his track record of screwing us over.
I think he's going to end up in either London or England, though.
Yeah. And of course, you sent Kenny to Japan to give us the scoop on what's happening there.
Yeah, well, I sent him.
You sent him right back.
He still hasn't read the message yet. So, really hope that he...
Did his radio cut out? Like, what has his email account been shut down, or what? What do you mean?
I think his carrier pigeon is sick.
Wasn't sending back their daily reports.
Yeah.
I mean, it just keeps saying return to sender. Manually return to sender. Mm-hmm. So I think he might be refusing my advances.
Oh.
But what can you do? I'll just keep on sending that letter back.
You know, it's like an anime when your cousin refuses your advances.
I watched several anime like this in order to get a better handle on what I should do next.
Yeah.
And none of those techniques that I've learned have worked.
You got to watch the OVAs.
And you got
That's
to buy the keychains and Blu-rays.
Maybe I should play the visual novel where I can really get a good option base of different ways I could play the game.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
wouldn't
they
that
only
be
really
a
explore
game?
one path on the anime, but in the game, I could see what works best for me.
Yeah. Someone like, hey, how you doing? And then you could click, I like the blonde hair girl or I like the pink haired girl. It gives you some options.
I might need to introduce a new character into Kenny's life that can really help me out, get us back on track.
The Chinese character for destruction and the Chinese character for opportunity, same character. And so I was just thinking, is that the character you're going to introduce into Kenny's life?
I would, but it turns out that's already been tattooed on Kenny's stomach.
Wait,
Dun dun dun!
Kenny's in the Yakuza. He can't go to the bathhouse.
He's not allowed after last week.
well, if anyone out there has come across Kenny's balls, he lost them a while ago, and he's been unable to do a lot of things without his testicles hanging from himself. So, we've been putting a lot of pictures on milk cartons, but we haven't been
Those get taken down by the store clerks.
We just keep drawing circles, but I don't know. No one's contacted us or any leads yet.
It's really lost cause at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we were trying to find Laven's virginity ever since he was in that shower with Kenny, but we haven't found that one either. So
I like. Yeah, it's I think they both went to the same place.
Oh, well, I mean, if you see either one of them, leave us a comment. Please leave us a comment. Please.
It's imperative that you leave us a comment.
I can't tell you how deeply I wish we could get a comment from someone. I don't know how desperate that sounds, but I'm feeling very desperate about it.
If you're listening to the end of this podcast, just before you do anything else, right when the episode's over, just go to anibrospodcast.com. Just leave a comment.
It can be about anything, really.
Well, lads, I'm going to head to bed. You got any last words?
Yakuza.
I'm a veteran of the Akashiki War.
Bravo the beat souls!